Hi there, today we're going to be finishing up our story from lesson 42. Remember last time there was an old retired sailor named Old Salt, and the kids in the neighborhood really liked listening to his stories, but they kind of didn't want anybody to know that they liked his stories, so they started to make fun of him. Let's keep reading to find out what happens. On that day, a truck was parked in front of Old Salt's house. Two workers were carrying a big trunk up the front steps. Salt was holding the door open for them. Tony, a 16-year-old boy who lived on the block, was on his way to school with his 15-year-old sister, Rosa. "Hey, Salt," Tony yelled. "What's in the trunk?" "Be on your way," he snapped. "Come on, Salt, tell us really. What's in the trunk?" "'Tis the things left behind by the best captain that ever sailed a ship." "What do you mean?" Tony asked. "My captain is dead, and a sad day it was when he died. He has no relatives, so they're sending his things to me." Who were the two kids on their way to school? Tony and Rosa. They were brother and sister. What was being unloaded at Old Salt's place? A big trunk. What was in the trunk? The belongings of his dead captain. Let's keep reading. "What's in that trunk?" Rosa asked. "A sailor's life is in this chest. 40 years of toil are in this chest. The dreams of a great man are in this chest." "Hey, buddy," one of the workers from the truck said, "will you stop yakking and just hold the door open so we can get this junk inside?" "Junk, is it?" Old Salt said. "If I were 20 years younger—" Salt shook his fist at the worker. The worker said, "If you were 20 years younger, you'd still be an old man." Tony said, "Hey, Salt, can I look at that stuff in that trunk sometime?" Salt stared at Tony. Salt was trying to see if Tony was going to make fun of him. So do you think Tony is trying to make fun of Salt, or do you think he's actually interested in the contents of the trunk? Well, that's what we'll see next time. For now, let's go to our workbook page for lesson 42. Let me go ahead and pull that up. There we go. So for section number 1, it says to look at the picture and do the items. So right here is person A and person B and then person C. Who is person A? Write their name on the blank. Make sure you capitalize it because it's the name of a person. Number 2, who is person B? Right here. Write her name on the blank. And again, make sure you use a capital letter for her name. Number 3. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you there. Part of what person B said is missing. Write the missing word in the blank. So over here it says, she says, "What's in that blank?" Write the word right there. Number 4, who is person C? Write his name on the blank for number 4. Again, make sure you capitalize it. Now for section number 5, part of what person C said is missing. Write the missing word in the blank. So right over here, my blank is dead, and a sad day it was when he died. write the word that's missing on the blank. Moving on to section number 2. Write 1, 2, or 3 in front of each sentence to show when these things happened in the story. Then write the sentences in the blanks. So here's the first one. The boys and girls listened to Old Salt tell about his days as a first officer on cargo ships. The boys and girls began to make fun of Old Salt. Tony asked Salt what was in the trunk. So please number those with 1, 2, or 3 in the order that they happened in the story. Once you've done that, write them in the correct order down here for 1, 2, and 3. Please make sure you watch your spelling, capital letters, and periods at the end. Number 3. The words in the first column have endings. Write the same words without the endings in the second column. The first word is certainly. The word without the ending would be certain. So you just have to take off the ly and then write certain on the blank. The next word is griping. The word without the ending would be gripe. So write gripe on the blank. Now you have to add a letter after the P to make the I say its name. That letter would be E, so make sure it's G-R-I-P-E, because otherwise the word would be grip, but we want gripe. The next word is manned. The word without the ending would just be man, so write man on the blank. And then the last word is filed. The word without the ending would be file. Now, think in your head, do I need to add an E for the word file? And hopefully you said yes, because that I makes the long sound, file. So you do need to have a silent E at the end. Great job, everybody. Next time we'll do lesson 43.